If you are watching this video right now, know that this moment is not a coincidence. This encounter is divinely orchestrated, a sacred appointment set by forces greater than we can see. In a universe of infinite possibilities, nothing happens by chance. Your presence here is the result of your prayers, your seeking, and your deep yearning for answers. As a chosen one, your journey is unlike any other. It is filled with moments of profound spiritual awakening, divine signs, and sacred nudges that others may overlook or misunderstand. You've been searching, asking for clarity, guidance, and affirmation that your path is aligned with the highest good. Now, in this very moment, the universe has responded. The fact that you have found yourself here is not an accident. It is the result of a spiritual request you made, whether in prayer, meditation, or through the silent cry of your heart. The universe is confirming that your request has been granted, and it is inviting you to explore the next chapter of your spiritual journey. Before we dive deeper into understanding this sacred gift, take a moment to ground yourself. Let the message you are about to receive resonate deeply within your soul. If this message speaks to you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with 77 to send a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to embrace the next phase of your awakening. Play this message on repeat, even in the background, to allow its energy to fully align with your higher self. Now let's explore what it means to have your request granted by God and how you, as a chosen one, can fully receive and embody this divine blessing. When you send out a request to the divine, whether through heartfelt prayer, deep meditation, or an inner longing, the answer doesn't always come in the form you expect. The divine speaks to each of us in unique ways, tailored to our individual paths and experiences. For some, the response may come as a powerful dream, while for others, it may manifest as a synchronicity too profound to ignore. As a chosen one, your connection to the universe is particularly profound, and the divine often communicates with you in subtle yet unmistakable ways. For the chosen ones, synchronicities are more than mere coincidences. They are a divine language, a form of communication between you and the universe, affirming that you are on the right path. These events, which seem too perfectly aligned to be random, are the universe's way of weaving together the threads of your life in a pattern that is uniquely yours. Synchronicities can take many forms, each uniquely tailored to your personal journey, acting as gentle reminders that the universe is listening, responding, and guiding you. Perhaps you've been thinking about someone, an old friend, a family member, or even a person you've recently met, and then, out of the blue, they call or send a message. What seemed like a random moment is, in reality, a reflection of the invisible threads that connect all of us. The energy of your thoughts and intentions reaches out into the universe, and in response, the universe orchestrates events in ways that align perfectly with what you need in that moment. Or maybe you've been reflecting on making a significant change in your life, a new career path, a move to a different place, or a deeper spiritual calling. In the midst of your contemplation, a book unexpectedly finds its way into your hands. Whether recommended by a friend, discovered in a bookstore, or even stumbled upon online, the words within seem to speak directly to your heart. This book, in its wisdom, addresses the exact questions you've been wrestling with, offering clarity, direction, or even the courage to take the next step. These experiences are more than mere happenstance. They are clear signs that the universe is responding to your internal dialogue and is offering the insight you need to move forward. Synchronicities often appear not only in personal interactions or encounters with books, but also in seemingly mundane situations, like a song playing at just the right moment. You may have been feeling uncertain or lost, and suddenly, the lyrics of a song resonate deeply with what you're going through, offering a message of hope or validation. These moments are the universe's way of delivering wisdom through art, connecting you to something much larger than yourself. Whether it's a song, a quote, or a passage in a movie, the message is clear. You are seen, heard, and supported in your journey. Sometimes synchronicities present themselves through people. You may have an unexpected conversation with a stranger, a coworker, or even a family member who, unknowingly, says something that resonates with your deepest thoughts or concerns. Their words might offer a new perspective, a solution to a problem, or a spark of inspiration that you hadn't considered before. These interactions are divinely orchestrated, not just random exchanges, but moments where the universe speaks through others to deliver the messages you've been seeking. Another form of synchronicity that often goes unnoticed is the pattern of repeated numbers, often called angel numbers. Have you ever looked at the clock and noticed it's 11:11, or found yourself frequently encountering numbers like 222 or 444? These recurring number sequences carry profound meanings and are a way the universe communicates its alignment with your thoughts and energy. Each number has its own vibration and message, whether it's encouragement to continue on your current path, a reminder to focus on balance, or a sign of divine protection. Paying attention to these patterns can offer valuable insights and confirmation that you are in tune with the spiritual forces at work in your life. The key to fully experiencing these moments is awareness. By cultivating mindfulness and being present in your everyday life, you open yourself to the subtle ways the universe communicates. When you're grounded in the present moment, you can more easily recognize the signs, the patterns, and the seemingly small but significant occurrences that are guiding you. These are not just coincidences. They are opportunities for growth, confirmation that you are on the right path, and reminders that the universe is actively participating in your journey. One of the most profound gifts the universe has bestowed upon you, as a chosen one, is the gift of intuition. This inner compass, this quiet, steady voice that emerges in the stillness of your heart, is your most direct and personal connection to the divine. It speaks not through logic, reason, or the noisy chatter of the mind, but through a deep, unshakable sense of knowing. Your intuition is the sacred language of the soul, a divine channel that transcends the limitations of the material world and offers you access to the boundless wisdom of the universe. While logic and reason have their place in navigating the practical aspects of life, intuition operates on a completely different plane. It is a spiritual sense, attuned to energies, emotions, and subtle forces that exist beyond the grasp of the intellect. Intuition doesn't require the validation of facts or external confirmation. It simply knows. It is the part of you that is deeply connected to the unseen, able to perceive truths and pathways that may not yet be visible to the physical eye. There will be moments in your life when you face uncertainty, when the path ahead seems clouded and the logical mind struggles to make sense of the options before you. It is in these moments that intuition often speaks the loudest, though its voice is gentle and soft. It is not a shout, but a whisper, a quiet, persistent nudge in a certain direction, a subtle feeling that pulls you toward a decision, a person, or an opportunity. You may not know why you feel drawn to a particular course of action, but deep within, you know that it is the right choice for you. Trusting your intuition, however, is not always easy. In a world that often prioritizes logic, data, and external validation, intuition can sometimes be overlooked or dismissed as irrational. You may be tempted to second-guess yourself, to doubt your inner knowing, or to seek confirmation from others. But as a chosen one, it is vital that you cultivate the ability to listen to, trust, and act upon your intuitive guidance. The universe speaks to you through this inner knowing, and when you honor it, you align yourself with the flow of divine wisdom. As you grow more attuned to your intuition, you will notice that it not only guides you in major life decisions, but also in the small, everyday moments. You might feel an intuitive pull to take a different route home, only to encounter an opportunity or person that changes your day, or even your life. You may feel guided to call a friend, only to discover they were in need of support at that exact moment. These small nudges are the universe's way of aligning your life with divine timing and purpose, ensuring that you are exactly where you need to be at every moment. It's important to remember that intuition is not about always being right or making perfect decisions. It is about trusting the process and following the guidance that feels aligned with your soul, even when the outcome is uncertain. There will be times when you follow your intuition, and the path ahead feels challenging or unclear. In these moments, it's crucial to stay the course and trust that the universe is guiding you through experiences that are necessary for your growth and evolution. Intuition may lead you through periods of discomfort or uncertainty, but these are often the times when the deepest transformations occur. In nurturing and trusting your intuition, you strengthen your connection to the divine, allowing yourself to become a vessel through which divine wisdom flows. You learn to navigate life with a sense of ease, knowing that even in moments of uncertainty, you are always being guided by the unseen forces of the universe. Your intuition is your most profound ally on this journey, and by embracing it fully, you unlock the potential to live in harmony with your soul's deepest desires and the greater purpose that the universe has for you. One of the most challenging aspects of the spiritual journey is learning to trust in divine timing. As a chosen one, you may feel an urgency to see your desires manifest immediately, especially when you've worked hard, prayed, and set clear intentions. However, the universe operates on a timeline that is often beyond our understanding, and its wisdom is infinitely greater than our own. Divine timing means that everything happens at exactly the right moment, according to a perfect plan that the universe has for your life. There may be lessons to learn, experiences to have, or people to meet before your request can be fully granted. Sometimes what may feel like a delay is actually a period of preparation, allowing you to grow and evolve into the person who can fully receive the blessing you've asked for. It's natural to feel frustrated when things don't happen according to your timeline. But remember, the universe is always working in your favor, even when it seems like nothing is happening. Trust that every experience, every challenge, and every delay is part of a greater plan that is unfolding for your highest good. Divine timing often requires patience and faith. There will be moments when the path ahead is unclear, when you feel like you are in a period of waiting. These are the times when your faith is tested, asking you to trust in the unseen forces that are aligning everything in perfect harmony. The universe knows when the time is right, and when your request is granted, it will be in a way that exceeds your expectations. Faith and trust are the cornerstones of your journey as a chosen one. These qualities are what allow you to navigate the uncertainties of life with grace and confidence, knowing that you are always being guided by the divine. Faith is the belief in the unseen, the assurance that even though you may not yet see the results of your prayers, they are being answered. Trust, on the other hand, is the willingness to let go of control and allow the universe to take the lead. As you walk your spiritual path, there will inevitably be moments where the road ahead seems steep and overwhelming. Your faith and trust may feel fragile in the face of challenges that appear insurmountable, as though the very ground beneath your feet is shifting. In these times, it's easy to question whether you are truly being guided or whether the universe has somehow forgotten you. Yet these difficult moments are not random trials. They are sacred opportunities, invitations to strengthen your faith, deepen your trust, and surrender more fully to the divine plan unfolding for your life. Consider that every great transformation begins with a moment of uncertainty. It is in the face of the unknown that true faith is forged. You may be called to leave behind what is comfortable and familiar, relationships, jobs, or even long-held beliefs, to step into a new phase of your life, where nothing is guaranteed except the promise of your soul's growth. These moments of transition often come with fear, doubt, and resistance, as your mind clings to what it knows. However, it is in releasing control and fully trusting the journey ahead that you unlock the true power of faith. When challenges arise, it is natural to feel as though you are walking through a storm, unsure if you will make it to the other side. But just as storms pass, so too do difficult times. The key is to remember that even in the midst of the chaos, there is divine orchestration at work. You may not see the full picture yet, but every obstacle, every delay, and every setback is a part of the greater plan, guiding you toward your highest good. trusting this process requires courage, a deep inner knowing that even when nothing seems to be going your way, the universe is working behind the scenes, aligning everything perfectly for you. In moments when your faith is tested, it can be helpful to reflect on the times in your life when things didn't go according to your plans, yet somehow turned out better than you could have imagined. Perhaps there was a job you didn't get, a relationship that ended, or a goal that seemed just out of reach. Looking back, you may realize that what felt like a loss or a disappointment was actually a redirection, a blessing in disguise. These past experiences serve as reminders that the universe always has a higher perspective, seeing the bigger picture when you cannot. Faith, in its truest form, is not about having all the answers or knowing exactly how things will unfold. It is about trusting that you are being guided, even when you can't see the road ahead. It's about walking forward with confidence, not because the path is clear, but because you believe in the unseen forces that are supporting you. This kind of faith asks you to release your attachment to specific outcomes, and instead, surrender to the flow of life, knowing that whatever happens, you are being led to exactly where you need to be. Trusting in the divine plan also means accepting that challenges are a part of your spiritual evolution. They are not roadblocks meant to deter you, but stepping stones that strengthen your character, deepen your wisdom, and refine your soul. Each challenge offers you the chance to grow, to learn something new about yourself, and to embody more of your divine potential. In moments of hardship, rather than asking, "Why is this happening to me?" consider asking, "What is this teaching me?" This shift in perspective can transform the way you experience difficulties, turning them from obstacles into opportunities for growth. One of the most profound lessons in trusting the divine is learning to surrender. Surrender is not about giving up or losing hope. Rather, it is the recognition that you do not have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. When you surrender, you release the need to control every aspect of your life and allow the universe to guide you. It is an act of faith, acknowledging that there are forces at work far greater than your own efforts, and that by aligning with these forces, you invite greater ease, flow, and grace into your life. During these times of surrender, it's important to nurture your inner world. Cultivate practices that ground you in your faith, whether through meditation, prayer, journaling, or spending time in nature. These practices help you reconnect with the still, small voice within, reminding you that no matter what happens externally, you are always supported by the divine. They also offer you the space to release fears and doubts, allowing your faith to grow stronger with each passing day. So, when you face challenges that seem insurmountable, when you are asked to step into the unknown without guarantees, remember that these moments are sacred. They are the gateways to your highest growth, the very experiences that will deepen your connection with the divine and fortify your trust in the unseen forces guiding your path. Each test of faith is an invitation to rise above the limitations of the mind and step fully into the boundless potential of your soul. In trusting this process, you are not only aligning with the divine plan, but also allowing the miracles and blessings that are meant for you to unfold in the most perfect and profound way. One of the most profound aspects of your spiritual journey as a chosen one is the call to embrace your authentic self. This is the truest expression of who you are, free from the masks and roles that society often imposes on you. It is the part of you that is in perfect alignment with the divine, the part of you that knows your purpose and is unafraid to pursue it. Living authentically means stepping into the full expression of who you truly are, unfiltered and unafraid to shine your light. It is a profound act of courage, requiring you to honor your deepest values, desires, and truths, even when they diverge from societal norms or the expectations others may place on you. To live authentically is to recognize that the unique gifts, talents, and perspectives you hold are not only valuable, but necessary for your own growth and the evolution of the world around you. You have been given these qualities for a reason, and embracing them fully is a vital part of fulfilling your soul's purpose. At the heart of authentic living is self-awareness, the willingness to look deeply within and understand who you truly are at your core. This journey of self-discovery requires honesty and vulnerability, as it often involves peeling away the layers of conditioning, roles, and labels that society, family, or culture may have imposed upon you. These external influences can be powerful, shaping your identity and behavior in ways that may not align with your true self. To live authentically, you must engage in the process of deconstructing these external pressures, allowing your inner voice to emerge with clarity. One of the most challenging aspects of living authentically is the need to let go of external validation or approval. From an early age, many of us are conditioned to seek approval from others. Whether it's from parents, teachers, peers, or society at large, we are taught to mold ourselves to fit into predefined roles, being successful, likable, or acceptable according to external standards. However, living authentically requires that you transcend this need for validation. It means trusting that your path is sacred and uniquely yours, even if it looks different from the paths of those around you. Letting go of external approval doesn't mean you stop caring about the opinions of others or isolate yourself from the world. Instead, it's about releasing the power that others' opinions have over your sense of self-worth and direction. When you place too much importance on what others think, you may find yourself making choices that align with their expectations rather than your own inner truth. This creates a disconnect between who you are and how you present yourself to the world. By letting go of the need for approval, you free yourself to make decisions that honor your authenticity, even if they don't align with what society deems right or normal. Trusting your path, even when it differs from others, is an essential part of living authentically. Each person's journey is unique, and what works for one individual may not resonate with another. Your path may take you in unexpected directions, whether it involves pursuing a less conventional career, embracing a creative passion, or stepping into a spiritual calling. Authenticity demands that you trust in the wisdom of your own soul, knowing that the divine has a unique plan for you that is perfectly aligned with your higher purpose. This trust allows you to move forward with confidence, even when others may not understand or support your choices. Living authentically also requires that you embrace self-acceptance. This means recognizing and owning all parts of yourself, including the aspects that may feel uncomfortable or unpolished. It's about allowing your imperfections, vulnerabilities, and mistakes to be part of your story, without judgment or shame. Authenticity is not about projecting an image of perfection, but about being real and genuine. When you accept yourself fully, flaws and all, you cultivate a deep sense of inner peace and self-compassion. You no longer feel the need to hide parts of yourself to fit in or to present a curated version of who you are. As you embrace your authentic self, you may face challenges. There will be moments when you are called to step out of your comfort zone, to make difficult choices, or to confront fears that have held you back. But each of these challenges is an opportunity for growth, allowing you to deepen your connection with your true self and with the divine. Gratitude is one of the most powerful spiritual practices you can cultivate as a chosen one. It is the act of recognizing and appreciating the blessings in your life, both big and small. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present, allowing you to see the abundance that surrounds you. When you practice gratitude, something profound happens within your heart and soul. Gratitude is not merely a polite response or a routine thank you. It is a powerful spiritual practice that aligns you with the energy of love, abundance, and divine grace. At its core, gratitude is an energetic frequency that has the potential to transform not only your mindset, but your entire reality. It is the lens through which you begin to see the world, not in terms of what is lacking, but in terms of the countless blessings that already surround you. In practicing gratitude, you shift your focus from scarcity and fear to abundance and love. This shift is not just mental, it is deeply spiritual. By recognizing the blessings that already exist in your life, no matter how small or large, you send a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more. You become an energetic match for the vibration of abundance, which attracts even more blessings into your life. It is as if you are turning the dial on a radio to tune into the frequency of the universe's endless generosity. And once you do, you begin to experience more synchronicities, more opportunities, and more manifestations of your desires. Gratitude also creates a state of receptivity. When you express genuine appreciation for the gifts you have, whether it's your health, your relationships, your personal growth, or even the challenges that have shaped you, you open your heart to receive even more from the universe. This is because the act of acknowledging what you already have sends a clear message. I see and appreciate the abundance around me, and I trust in the divine's provision. In doing so, you allow yourself to be in a constant flow of receiving, as gratitude dissolves the barriers of doubt, fear, and limitation that may have previously blocked the flow of blessings into your life. But gratitude does more than just attract external blessings. It transforms your internal state. When you cultivate gratitude, you raise your vibration. The energy of gratitude is closely aligned with love, joy, and peace, all of which are high-frequency states that naturally elevate your spiritual and emotional well-being. This elevation of vibration is not only felt by you but radiates outward, affecting everyone and everything around you. It becomes contagious, spreading positivity and creating an energetic ripple effect that influences your environment, your interactions, and the circumstances you attract. It's important to remember that gratitude is a practice, a daily conscious effort to focus on the good in your life, even in the midst of challenges. It's not something that happens automatically, especially in a world that often emphasizes what we lack rather than what we have. By making gratitude a daily habit, whether through journaling, meditation, or simply pausing throughout the day to reflect on your blessings, you train your mind to seek out the beauty and abundance in every moment. Over time, this practice rewires your brain, making it easier to stay in a state of appreciation, even when life becomes difficult. Ultimately, gratitude is a gateway to inner peace and spiritual fulfillment. It aligns you with the flow of the universe, reminding you that you are always supported, always provided for, and always loved. It is through gratitude that you come to realize that abundance is not something you chase, but something you already possess. By embracing this truth, you create a life filled with joy, contentment, and divine grace, where every moment is seen as a gift, and every experience is honored as part of the sacred journey of the soul. As a chosen one, you are called to live a life of purpose, alignment, and spiritual awakening. Your journey is unique, and it is filled with divine signs, synchronicities, and sacred nudges that guide you along the way. By cultivating faith, trust, intuition, and gratitude, you are aligning yourself with the flow of the universe and stepping into your highest potential. Remember, this moment is not a coincidence. It is a sacred appointment, a confirmation that your request has been granted. Trust in the process, embrace your authentic self, and know that you are exactly where you need to be. The universe is always working in your favor, guiding you toward a life of greater fulfillment, joy, and spiritual awakening. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe for more insights on your journey as a chosen one. Your support helps us continue to bring powerful, transformative content that uplifts and inspires. Thank you for being here, and may your path continue to be guided by love, light, and divine wisdom. Have you ever felt the mighty hand of God separating you from everything familiar, as if you were being drawn into a silent, sacred space where the noise of the world fades away? This experience can feel like a mystery, a riddle that leaves you with more questions than answers. Yet, what if I told you that this separation is not a punishment, but the greatest gift you could ever receive? What if this solitude is a divine summons, an invitation to step into an extraordinary transformation that only a few are privileged to experience? For the chosen, isolation is not an accident, but a calling, a divine call to retreat from the distractions of the world and enter into God's secret chamber, where mysteries are revealed, spiritual gifts are activated, and destinies are forged. This is a place where the ordinary is left behind, and the extraordinary begins to unfold. So stay with me until the end of this journey, because what you are about to discover could forever change the way you perceive your spiritual path. Together, we will explore why God isolates His chosen ones and how this isolation is the prelude to the greatest elevation of their lives. Brace yourself, for the revelations you are about to receive will illuminate your soul and transform your journey. Before we dive deeper, if you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe to join our community of chosen ones. Together, we will walk this path of enlightenment, supporting each other as we discover the secrets of our divine calling. First, let us clarify a common misconception that many of us have: confusing isolation with loneliness. These two concepts, although seemingly similar, could not be more distinct. Loneliness is often depicted as a feeling of emptiness, a void left by the absence of connection or companionship. It is that ache in the heart when we feel forgotten or unseen, a sense of abandonment that can creep in even when surrounded by people. Loneliness makes us feel like we are lost in a crowded room, like a small boat adrift in a vast, unending ocean. Isolation, however, when viewed through the lens of divine purpose, is something entirely different. For the chosen, isolation is a blessing in disguise, a sacred phase of preparation and renewal. God does not lead us into isolation to make us suffer. He separates us to transform us. Think of it like a master painter who requires silence and concentration to create a masterpiece. The isolation of the chosen is a special condition, a holy space where God sets the stage for something great. Imagine being in the middle of a noisy party, feeling the suffocating weight of loneliness despite being surrounded by people. This is because loneliness is a state of mind and heart, a feeling of disconnection that has nothing to do with the physical presence of others. Now contrast this with divine isolation, a golden opportunity, an invitation into a personal sanctuary where you and God can connect on a deeper, more meaningful level. It's not about how many people are around you, but about how deeply you connect with your inner self and the divine. God does not place a chosen one in isolation to keep them away. He does it to bring them closer to His truth and His will. Isolation is not synonymous with rejection. It is synonymous with preparation. God often chooses to isolate those who have a special calling because He knows that to fulfill a great purpose, it is necessary to first cultivate introspection and self-understanding. It is in this silent space that the chosen begin to understand the true power that resides within them. To many, isolation feels like walking through a barren desert, an endless stretch of emptiness where each step is a struggle. Yet for the chosen, isolation is less like a desert and more like a secret garden where new seeds of purpose are planted and begin to germinate. Those who experience divine isolation understand that it is a period to find themselves, to reflect on their mission, and to prepare for something greater. Have you ever noticed that the greatest revelations often come in moments of silence? It is when the voices of the world are quieted that God's voice becomes the clearest. In this sense, isolation is not a punishment, but a sacred pause, a divine interval where the greatest transformations occur. It is in this silence that you discover who you really are and what you are truly called to do. The difference between isolation and loneliness also manifests itself in the way you choose to view your situation. You can choose to see isolation as a prison or as a refuge. It can be a time of agony or a time of growth. For the chosen, this perspective is crucial. What appears to be a withdrawal from the world is actually an invitation to delve deeper into yourself and into God. It's a chance to let go of distractions and focus on what really matters. And that's when you discover the true power of isolation. When the chosen embrace isolation as an opportunity, they begin to realize how valuable this time apart is. It is in this state of isolation that great ideas are born, that faith is strengthened, and that courage is cultivated. It is a time of deep learning and spiritual renewal. God, in His infinite wisdom, knows that some lessons can only be learned in silence, where the mind and spirit are free to explore the mysteries of the divine calling. It is in this sacred space that the chosen find a peace that transcends all understanding, the certainty that they are exactly where they need to be. When God decides to isolate one of his chosen, he does so with a clear and intentional purpose, to prepare that person for a greater destiny. Isolation is like a sculptor's secret chamber, where each chisel stroke is delivered with precision and care to create a masterpiece. God knows that to fulfill a great mission, the chosen need to be shaped and strengthened both in character and spirit. He takes them away from the noise of the world so they can hear his voice and understand the calling that is in their hearts. The preparation that takes place in isolation is a delicate and profound process, designed to bring out the best in those who have been chosen to serve a greater purpose. Imagine isolation as a time of intensive training, where the chosen are taught how to deal with the battles that lie ahead. Just like David, who was anointed at a young age but had to spend years tending sheep before becoming king, isolation is a time of learning and growth. During this time, God works to develop specific skills and strengthen the faith of those he has chosen. It is a time to acquire wisdom, patience, and resilience so that when the time is right, the chosen are ready to take on their assigned role. The chosen who undergo isolation are like warriors in training, each with a unique purpose and mission to accomplish. God separates them so they can focus on his teachings and develop a deeper connection with him. During isolation, the character of the chosen is refined, and their spiritual gifts are revealed. It is a period of introspection and self-discovery, where they learn to trust God completely and follow his guidance. During isolation, the chosen often face trials and tribulations that seem overwhelming, but it is in these moments of challenge that true strength and faith are forged. God uses isolation to test and strengthen the chosen so that they can overcome their own limitations and emerge stronger and more prepared. Every obstacle faced, every challenge overcome, is a valuable lesson that prepares the chosen for what is to come. God wastes no experience. Each is used to shape and prepare his chosen for the role he has planned for them. The chosen must understand that isolation is not a time of idleness, but of active preparation. It is a time to seek God fervently, to delve into the scriptures, and to strengthen faith. It is a time to pray, reflect, and prepare for the spiritual battles that will inevitably arise. Just as a soldier prepares for war through rigorous training, the chosen use isolation to prepare for the mission God has placed before them. This is the time to equip yourself with spiritual armor and prepare for the fight. In isolation, the chosen also learn the importance of obedience and submission to God's will. They are taught to set aside their own desires and trust the divine plan. This is a crucial lesson, as preparing for God's mission requires complete surrender to him. Isolation is a time to strip away personal ambitions and completely align ourselves with God's will. The chosen learn that true greatness comes from obedience and loyalty to God. When God chooses to isolate one of his chosen, he is not only preparing them but also equipping them for the mission that awaits them. Training goes beyond simple preparation. It is a profound strengthening, an infusion of spiritual abilities and strengths that make the chosen able to face any challenge. It is in the silence of isolation that the chosen find the space to experience and develop these gifts. God equips them with the tools they need to not only survive but to thrive in spiritual battles. This is the time when you, as the chosen one, begin to see real changes in your being, a transformation that goes from the inside out. In isolation, God empowers his chosen, giving them the vision to see beyond their circumstances and the strength to stand up against the giants they will encounter along the way. Imagine David, who did not face Goliath by chance. He had been trained in the fields, tending sheep, facing lions and bears. Each of these experiences was a training opportunity, preparing him for the greater challenge. Likewise, today's chosen face their own struggles, whether visible or internal. But it is through these battles that God empowers them, transforming weaknesses into strengths and doubts into unshakable faith. Empowerment in isolation also means being shaped by God's hands, allowing Him to work in areas that need strengthening. God does not allow the chosen to be thrown into battle without first enabling them to win. He separates them not to leave them defenseless, but to equip them with wisdom, discernment, and spiritual power. When God isolates one of His chosen, it is not just to prepare or empower them, but to elevate them to a new level of existence and purpose. Elevation is a profound process where the soul is called to a higher plane, a place where the gifts and abilities that were developed in isolation begin to shine with intensity. This is not an elevation of social status or human recognition, but a spiritual elevation where the chosen one aligns with God's designs and becomes a powerful channel of His will on earth. Isolation is, therefore, the training ground for this elevation, a time in which God works intensely to prepare the chosen one for this new level of performance. Imagine that you are climbing a mountain. Isolation is like this climb, difficult and challenging, but each step takes you closer to the top. When you finally get there, you realize that the view is magnificent, that everything you suffered and endured was worth it. The elevation of the chosen is like this. God does not elevate the chosen just to glorify them. He does so they can accomplish greater missions and impact more lives. Elevation is a responsibility, a calling to serve in a higher capacity. When you understand this, you begin to see isolation not as a withdrawal, but as a stepping stone to something greater. Every moment of reflection, every challenge faced in isolation, is a preparation for the elevation that is to come. Understanding and embracing the purpose of isolation is a profound act of faith and surrender. When we resist isolation, when we view it as an unnecessary hardship or a punishment rather than a divine invitation, we close ourselves off from the growth and transformation that God intends for us. Resistance often stems from fear, discomfort, or a lack of understanding. It is natural to feel uneasy when everything familiar is stripped away, and we are left alone with our thoughts, feelings, and God. However, it is in these moments of discomfort that the most significant growth can occur. Resistance to isolation is not just a reluctance to be alone. It is a reluctance to confront the deeper aspects of ourselves that God is trying to address. It is an avoidance of the soul-searching, the self-examination, and the spiritual refining that isolation brings. When we resist this process, we are essentially saying that we are not ready to grow, not ready to change, and not ready to step into the fullness of our divine calling. We may find ourselves stuck in a cycle of frustration, continually asking why we are not moving forward, why our prayers seem unanswered, or why we feel disconnected from our purpose. However, when we surrender to isolation, when we accept it as a necessary part of our spiritual journey, we open ourselves to a deeper understanding of God's will and our own potential. Acceptance is a powerful act of trust. It means believing that God knows what is best for us, even when we cannot see the path ahead. It is trusting that the isolation we are experiencing is not meant to harm us, but to heal us, to prepare us, and to elevate us to a new level of spiritual awareness and strength. During isolation, the chosen begin to desire different things, to seek what truly matters and to leave behind everything that diverged them from their true calling. Imagine a river that needs to be diverted from its normal course to irrigate new, fertile land. God does this with the chosen, redirecting their desires to something higher, more spiritual. It is common that before isolation, many of us find ourselves drawn to the fleeting pleasures and distractions of the world. Our days are filled with pursuits that offer temporary satisfaction, whether it's the pursuit of material wealth, social status, or personal comfort. These desires, while seemingly harmless, often lead us away from our true purpose and create a false sense of fulfillment. They keep us anchored to the surface of life, preventing us from diving deeper into the spiritual ocean that God invites us to explore. In this state, our hearts and minds are cluttered with distractions. We might find ourselves chasing after the next promotion, the next purchase, or the next thrill, thinking that these will bring us lasting happiness. However, these superficial desires often leave us feeling empty and unfulfilled, constantly searching for the next thing to fill the void. Our spirits become restless, yearning for something more substantial, something eternal. But when God leads us into a period of isolation, He begins to strip away these superficial desires. This process may feel uncomfortable at first, as we are forced to confront the emptiness of the things we once valued. We may find ourselves in a place where the usual sources of comfort and pleasure no longer satisfy. It is in this sacred space that God begins His transformative work, gently turning our focus away from the temporary and toward the eternal. This transformation is akin to a spiritual awakening. Our eyes are opened to the emptiness of worldly pursuits, and we begin to see the beauty and value of a life lived in alignment with God's will. Our priorities shift. We no longer seek fulfillment in external achievements or possessions. Instead, we seek a closer relationship with the divine. Our prayers become more earnest, our worship more heartfelt, and our desire to serve others more genuine. God places within us a thirst that cannot be quenched by anything the world offers. It is a thirst for His wisdom, His guidance, and His love. This thirst drives us to seek Him more passionately, to spend more time in His presence, and to immerse ourselves in His Word. It compels us to look beyond our own needs and desires and to see the bigger picture, the divine plan that God is unfolding in our lives and in the world around us. As the chosen go through these moments of empowerment, they begin to see significant changes in their lives. Old habits and thought patterns are left behind, giving way to new ways of seeing the world and interacting with it. God empowers the chosen to be more than mere survivors. He prepares them to be overcomers, to be leaders in their communities, to be living examples of His grace and power. This empowerment is a testimony to what God can do when someone completely surrenders to His purpose. Divine empowerment is not a sudden or fleeting experience. It is a profound, ongoing process that reshapes every aspect of a chosen one's life. When God empowers His chosen, He does more than just give them strength to endure. He grants them a new vision, a vision that allows them to see beyond their current circumstances, beyond their past limitations, and into the vast potential that God has placed within them. This new vision is transformative. It enables the chosen to look at their lives, their challenges, and their opportunities from a higher perspective, seeing them through the lens of God's purpose and power. As the chosen embrace this divine empowerment, they begin to experience a renewal of the mind and spirit. Old habits that once seemed impossible to break suddenly lose their grip. Destructive thought patterns, born out of fear, insecurity, or past trauma, begin to dissolve. In their place, a new mindset takes root, a mindset grounded in faith, hope, and divine confidence. The chosen start to see themselves not as victims of their circumstances, but as victors, equipped and empowered by God to rise above any challenge. The process of empowerment in isolation is also about equipping the chosen with the necessary tools for their divine mission. God bestows upon them spiritual gifts, wisdom, discernment, courage, and faith that are essential for navigating the path He has set before them. Wisdom enables them to make sound decisions. Discernment allows them to see beyond the surface and perceive deeper truths, and courage gives them the strength to stand firm in their convictions, even when faced with opposition. These gifts are not just theoretical concepts, but practical tools that the chosen learn to wield effectively through experience and guidance from the Holy Spirit. Divine elevation is one of the most transformative aspects of the spiritual journey. It is a process that transcends the physical and the mundane, reaching into the very essence of who we are. When God isolates His chosen, He is not merely putting them through a series of tests or trials. Instead, He is creating a sacred space for profound inner transformation. This period of isolation is akin to a spiritual crucible where the soul is purified, refined, and prepared for a greater destiny. Elevation is not about gaining worldly acclaim or material success. It is a spiritual ascent, a rise to a higher state of consciousness and being where the chosen are more closely aligned with the heart and mind of God. It is in this elevated state that they become more attuned to divine wisdom, more receptive to spiritual insights, and more capable of carrying out God's purpose on earth. This spiritual elevation signifies a deep inner change where the soul, once weighed down by earthly concerns, begins to soar in the limitless possibilities of divine purpose. As the chosen are elevated, their gifts and abilities, which have been honed in the quiet solitude of isolation, begin to shine with unparalleled clarity and power. They start to recognize that their talents are not just for personal fulfillment, but are meant to be used as instruments of God's will. These gifts, whether it be healing, teaching, prophecy, or leadership, take on new dimensions and are infused with divine authority. The chosen understand that they are not just talented individuals, but vessels through which God's grace, wisdom, and power flow to touch and transform the world. As you reflect on everything we've shared today, remember, isolation is not an end, but the beginning of something great for the chosen. It is preparation for purpose, empowerment for battle, and elevation to a new level of existence. Understanding and accepting isolation as part of the divine plan is essential so that the chosen can reap all the benefits of this process. Many struggle with isolation, seeing it as a form of rejection or punishment. However, the chosen need to understand that isolation is actually a powerful tool in the hands of God. It is a period designed to shape you, strengthen you, and prepare you for the challenges and blessings to come. Isolation is often misunderstood because it feels uncomfortable, even painful. When we are separated from the familiar comforts of our lives, our routines, relationships, and social circles, it is easy to feel abandoned or forgotten. Many perceive isolation as a punishment or a sign that they are not favored by God. But this perspective misses the deeper divine purpose behind isolation. In reality, God uses isolation not to distance himself from us, but to draw us closer to him, to mold us in his image, and to prepare us for a higher calling. This shift in perspective allows the chosen to embrace isolation with faith and gratitude, recognizing it as an opportunity to deepen their relationship with God and to develop a more profound understanding of his will. It is during this time that we are invited to silence the noise of the world and tune into the still, small voice of the Holy Spirit. In the quiet of isolation, we can hear God's whispers more clearly, feel his presence more intimately, and understand his guidance more profoundly. Isolation is not a time of idleness, but of active preparation. It is a time to seek God fervently, to delve into the scriptures, and to strengthen faith. It is a time to pray, reflect, and prepare for the spiritual battles that will inevitably arise. Just as a soldier prepares for war through rigorous training, the chosen use isolation to prepare for the mission God has placed before them. This is the time to equip yourself with spiritual armor and prepare for the fight. As you continue on your spiritual journey, remember that God is always with you, guiding you, supporting you, and filling you with his strength. You are not alone in this journey. You are part of a community of chosen ones who are all walking the path of enlightenment together. So embrace your period of isolation as a divine gift, a sacred opportunity to grow closer to God, and a chance to prepare for the great destiny that awaits you. If you feel alone or misunderstood as a chosen one, consider joining our community. Together, we can support and uplift each other, sharing our experiences and learning from one another. Subscribe to our channel, engage with us in the comments, and let us walk this path of enlightenment together. Remember, you are a chosen one, destined to shine in a world of darkness. Your journey is just beginning, and the best is yet to come. Until next time, stay blessed and keep shining. Your isolation is not the end. It is the beginning of your greatest elevation. Have you ever felt like you're running in place? Like every effort, no matter how well planned or executed, seems to lead nowhere? You keep pushing forward, but the progress you long for remains elusive, just out of reach. It's easy to mistake these moments for failure, to think that all your hard work is in vain. But what if I told you that just beyond the next turn, life is setting up something grand for you? That understanding could shift everything, turning frustration into hope, confusion into anticipation. Because if you look closely, you'll notice the universe has always been dropping hints, quiet whispers of a major victory waiting for you just ahead. These signs, though subtle and often overlooked, are breadcrumbs leading you toward a breakthrough that has the power to change your life in unimaginable ways. For anyone feeling caught in the tension of anticipation, knowing that something monumental is coming but unsure exactly when or how, these signs act as a beacon. They offer reassurance that not only is progress within reach, but that a significant victory is on the verge of unfolding. So, let's explore these unmistakable indicators that you're about to win big in your life. There's a certain kind of restlessness that isn't rooted in anxiety or stress, but in something deeper, a whisper from within, an internal shift. This feeling often emerges unexpectedly, like a fleeting moment of unease or an inexplicable surge of energy. It's subtle, but it's profound. You feel it not in your mind but in your soul, a vibration, an awakening, a knowing that something monumental is about to happen in your life. Unlike the grand dramatic signs we might expect, such as a rare event or a mysterious coincidence, the universe often communicates through quiet whispers. These whispers resonate deep within us, stirring a part of ourselves that is connected to something much larger than we can consciously understand. This sense of restlessness is not random. It is purposeful. It is the universe nudging you, gently shaking you out of complacency, urging you to pay attention. When you feel this inner stirring, it is not a signal to worry. It is a sign that you are standing on the brink of a significant breakthrough. The restlessness you feel is akin to the charged air before a storm, filled with potential and energy, signaling that a profound shift is about to occur. This internal stirring is your subconscious attuning itself to the cosmic frequencies, recognizing the signs of change before your conscious mind can catch up. What does this mean for you? Recognize this feeling for what it truly is, a call to attention. It is the universe's way of saying, get ready. Your moment is near. This restlessness is your intuition speaking, urging you not to ignore the opportunities that are about to present themselves. It's telling you that something you've been working toward, something you may have even forgotten, is about to manifest in your life. Consider this restlessness as a sailor would consider the wind picking up at sea. The change in weather signals that it's time to adjust the sails and prepare for a new direction. Likewise, when you feel this anticipation, it's time to align your mindset, actions, and energy with the coming transformation. Stay open to new possibilities, be ready to pivot, and most importantly, trust that this internal signal is guiding you toward your big win. This anticipation isn't merely about expecting something good to happen. It's about being actively engaged in the process. It encourages you to seek out new opportunities, to take bold action, and to trust in the journey even when the destination remains unclear. It's a reminder that success doesn't always follow a straight path. It often requires us to navigate unexpected twists and turns, guided by our inner compass. When you feel this surge of restlessness or anticipation, don't dismiss it as mere nerves or anxiety. Embrace it as a sign that you are aligned with something far greater than yourself, a signal that your time to shine is near. Chaos. The very word often conjures images of disorder, confusion, and uncertainty. Yet, within the intricate web of our lives, chaos does not always signal misfortune. Instead, it can be a powerful indicator that the universe is reshuffling the elements of your life to bring about a major breakthrough. Consider this. Before any grand creation, there is often a period of deconstruction. Imagine building a house. Before you can erect a new, beautiful structure, you first have to clear the land, break down any old crumbling structures, and excavate the earth to lay a solid foundation. The process is noisy, dusty, and chaotic, but it's also necessary. Without this phase of apparent disorder, the dream home you envision could never become a reality. This metaphor extends beyond physical construction. It applies to our personal and professional lives as well. Periods of great chaos often signal that a profound transformation is about to take place. It's as though the universe is in flux, rearranging itself to align with your deepest desires and ambitions. Such times, while challenging, are not mere obstacles. They are opportunities for growth, clearings for the new to emerge. When chaos unfolds around you, it's tempting to interpret it as a sign that things are going wrong. But if you shift your perspective, you'll see that chaos often precedes some of the most significant breakthroughs. The old ways of thinking and being no longer serve you, and the universe is urging you to evolve, adapt, and innovate. This upheaval, while uncomfortable, is a vital part of the transformation process. How should you navigate this chaos? Embrace it. See it for what it truly is. Not just disruption, but potential. Chaos is a sign that you are on the verge of a pivotal transformation. It's the universe's way of shaking things up, forcing you to let go of what no longer serves you and making space for something new and better to take its place. Just as a storm clears the air and replenishes the earth, so too does chaos clear away the outdated structures in your life, creating fertile ground for new growth. During times of chaos, it's crucial to maintain your sense of purpose and direction. While the path ahead may not always be clear, trust that this tumultuous phase is laying the groundwork for something remarkable. Chaos is not an enemy to be feared, but a force to be harnessed. It is a call to action, urging you to clear the ground, prepare for the new, and remain steadfast in the belief that from the depths of chaos, a new order will emerge. Instead of recoiling in fear or frustration when faced with chaos, view it as a profound opportunity for growth and renewal. It's a sign that you are on the brink of a pivotal transformation, one that could redefine the trajectory of your life. Chaos, with all its unpredictability and potential for innovation, is not just a phase to endure, but a dynamic force that propels us toward our most significant victories. In the journey of life, there are moments when everything seems to stand still. Days blend into weeks, weeks into months, and it feels as though nothing is changing. You find yourself caught in a pattern, a loop of repetition where progress seems elusive. This prolonged period of stillness can be frustrating, and it's easy to mistake it for stagnation. But in truth, this quiet phase may be the universe's way of gathering energy for the monumental leap that's about to take place. It's a curious phenomenon. Some of the most significant breakthroughs in life come after extended periods of inertia. The essence of a breakthrough is a sudden dramatic shift, a leap forward that seems to come out of nowhere. But in reality, these shifts are the result of accumulated energy, time, and effort. It's as though the universe has been quietly working in the background, setting the stage for your next big move. Consider this: when you pull back the string of a bow, there's a moment of stillness, a pause, before the arrow is released. The energy gathers, the tension builds, and then, almost suddenly, the arrow flies forward with great speed and precision. Life operates in much the same way. What appears to be a period of waiting or stillness is actually a time of preparation, where the universe is aligning all the pieces for your breakthrough. So how do you navigate these quiet moments? Recognize them for what they are, not a dead end, but a preparatory stage. This is the time for introspection, for refining your goals and aligning with your deepest ambitions. It's a time to rest, recharge, and gather your strength. Use this period of stillness to cultivate your passions, to explore your inner world, and to prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for the leap that lies ahead. Patience is key here. Not passive waiting, but active preparation. Think of it as the calm before the storm of transformation. The wheels of change are turning, even if you cannot see them yet. The seeds of your future success are germinating beneath the surface, and soon they will burst forth into the light. This period of apparent stagnation is a reminder that life doesn't always move in a linear fashion. Sometimes we need to take a step back to gather momentum for the leap forward. Trust that the universe is working in your favor, and that the breakthrough you've been waiting for is quietly assembling itself, preparing to unfold in ways you can't yet imagine. In the pursuit of success and the realization of our dreams, we often find ourselves in the midst of relentless striving. The path can be challenging, filled with obstacles and setbacks. Yet, amidst all this, there's a profound sign that you are on the verge of a major breakthrough: the emergence of deep inner peace. This peace doesn't come from external circumstances, nor does it mean that everything is suddenly easy or free of challenges. Rather, it's a serene confidence that arises from within, a feeling that despite the chaos and struggle, you are exactly where you need to be. This tranquility is a powerful indicator that you are aligned with your true path. When you experience this deep inner peace, it's a sign that your actions, thoughts, and desires are in harmony with your higher self and the universe. It's an affirmation that the challenges you face are not obstacles, but necessary steps in your journey. This peace is not an absence of difficulty, but a perspective shift, a knowing that you have done the work, that you are on the right track, and that success is imminent. What does this inner peace mean for your journey? It's a signal that you are in tune with your true purpose. This peace is a reflection of the alignment between your inner world and your outer actions. It indicates that you are making decisions that resonate with your core values, and that you are on a path that is authentically yours. Moreover, this inner calm is a testament to the trust you have cultivated in the process. It's a recognition that every step, whether forward or backward, is part of the larger narrative of your life, guiding you toward your ultimate victory. This peace is not passive. It is an active force, a source of strength that allows you to navigate the highs and lows of your journey with grace and resilience. This tranquility is also a reminder that success is not just about the destination, but about the journey itself. It's about cultivating harmony within yourself, finding balance amidst the striving, and trusting that every challenge is shaping you into the person you're meant to become. In the intricate dance of life, energy operates as a currency in the vast economy of the universe. The balance between what we give and what we take holds profound significance. One of the clearest signs that you are aligned with the path to winning big is when you find yourself contributing more energy to the universe than you are withdrawing. This positive energy exchange is crucial. The universe mirrors the energy we emit, rewarding those who elevate the collective consciousness through their actions, thoughts, and intentions. When we give more than we take, whether through acts of kindness, gratitude, creativity, or service, we align ourselves with the flow of abundance. How does this principle work? It's simple. The more you contribute to the world in a positive way, the more the universe responds in kind. This is not about seeking rewards, but about understanding that everything in life is energy, and what you put out into the universe has a way of coming back to you. Acts of generosity, compassion, and gratitude are powerful ways to contribute energy to the universe. When you express gratitude, you acknowledge the abundance in your life, which invites more abundance to flow to you. When you share love and kindness without expectation, you create ripples of positive energy that eventually find their way back to you, often in unexpected and amplified ways. The universe operates on principles of reciprocity and balance. When you give from a place of authenticity and love, the universe takes notice. This energetic contribution elevates not only your own vibrational frequency, but also the frequency of those around you. It's a feedback loop of positivity. What you put out into the world comes back to you, multiplied. What can you do to amplify this positive energy? Focus on giving without expectation, whether it's through creative expression, helping others, or simply spreading love and positivity. Each action sends ripples through the energetic fabric of the universe. By consciously choosing to put more energy into the world than you take, You align yourself with the flow of abundance and open yourself to receiving the universe's bounty. This principle of energetic contribution is not just about personal gain. It's about creating a world where collective success and well-being are in harmony with our individual aspirations. When we contribute positive energy to the universe, we sow the seeds for a future where success is not just a personal triumph, but a collective celebration of the light and positivity we have chosen to embody. These 5 signs, the restlessness within, the chaos of transformation, the stillness before the breakthrough, the deep inner peace, and the power of energetic contribution, are not just random occurrences. They are profound indicators that you are on the verge of a major victory. Each of these signs serves as a reminder that the universe is working in your favor, guiding you toward the success and transformation you've been longing for. As you move through life, pay attention to these subtle signals. They are the universe's way of communicating with you, offering reassurance that even in the midst of uncertainty and challenge, you are on the right path. Trust in the journey, embrace the twists and turns, and know that the breakthrough you seek is not just possible, it is inevitable. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on new content that can help you on your journey. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. We'd love to hear how the universe is speaking to you. And if you're looking for even more inspiration, check out the links below to dive deeper. Thank you for being here, and remember, your time to win big is near.